handle. He doesn't like people when he gets really stressed out coordinating things. Why is he doing that? And so now there's a smaller crowd. Now it's more like 10 to 20 people. Yeah. An odd thing to sign up for if you don't like it. I remember, like, he gave me a ride to one of these hikes. I'm so stressed out just making sure people got to the road. And I do spend a I know. I gave away an AR-15 about a year ago. I did that. It's funny how you said that. It made me laugh. Man, now I miss Cornell. I love Cornell. It was awesome. I went to grad school on the West Coast, and you know, and I went to law school. And law school is kind of miserable to begin with, but you know, but I just thought, oh my gosh, Cornell was so much better. I mean, the weather wasn't great, but yeah. No, it was so fun. I lived in Donlin my freshman year. Oh, you did? Okay. West for 2 years. Like, I loved West. It was so convenient. Yeah. Like, the food is right there. Like, yeah. So I guess you're. Great.
Thank you guys for coming out. My name's Nathan. I'm with the campaign. When Tori and others are speaking, you're welcome to stand up there. Okay. We'd love to see your faces holding the signs while others are talking. Do either of you want to talk? Or? No, I think we have. Okay. Great. Which would be a... It's boring. We get to meet pretty much every candidate. Yeah, it's really fun. We'd love to have you over here with everybody else. That would be great. Thank you so much. My name's Nathan, by the way.
Stop leaning against there.
Yeah, they're over here. Yeah.
You can stay right here.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. That works. Okay, so when we start...
Good to see you too. Oh, excellent. Thanks. Hi, Andy. Tori Stewart. Nice to meet you. How you doing? What's going on, Tony? How you doing?
Hi, I'm Alan Frank. I'd like to welcome you to the Eden Center.
Oh, thanks.
All right. So we've got our two speakers. Daniel, you're going to go first, and then we'll go after Daniel.
Oh, nice. Okay.
This last chance. Does anybody else want to
Thanks
speak?
a lot. All right, great.
Okay, we're good. Daniel, Lily, Tori.
You can speak.
Yeah.
When you're ready. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Good to see you. Hi. How are you? How are you? Oh, I forgot my tie today. Yeah, I forgot my tie. Hey, everybody, hey, Alvin, how you doing?
Hi, Corey.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Everybody here. Everybody who is anybody's here. This is great. All right, great. Well, thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate it. Here at the Eden Center here in Fairfax County. We're here on a very important issue. It can be a very controversial issue, but it's one that's very important to students, the families here in Virginia and across the country, and that is the racial discrimination that is going on right now against students who are trying to get into some of the elite universities, and not just the elite universities, but really universities across the country, including here in the Commonwealth, Virginia, and that is the discrimination that is going on against students because of their race as they try to enter the universities. And this is particularly, of course, damaging and hurtful to the Asian American community. Asian American students have to have much higher SAT scores than students of other races in order to get into those same universities. In some cases, significantly higher SAT scores and grades in order to get into the same schools. I don't think that anybody should be punished because of their race. I don't think that anybody should be denied entrance into a university because of their race. But that's exactly what is going on right now in the United States of America. We know that quotas are illegal under the Constitution. But what the universities have done, they've effectively gotten around this prohibition by using race as a factor in college admissions, and that has caused so many of our Asian American students and citizens who have been unable to get into the universities that they otherwise should be allowed to enter. And so that's why we're here today. I know it's a controversial topic, but it needs to be addressed, and finally it's time that we address it. And I'm very, very proud to be here with everybody here in behind me and with me. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Daniel. Daniel?
Thank you. Yes, my name is Daniel Bing. I'm the board director of National Chinese American Alliance. Sorry, thank you very much. That's great news you are going to address this issue. Great news to the Asian American community. As we have just seen, that Corey Stewart, like President Trump, is a man of no nonsense. And like all of us, he is also a man who lives his life by common sense. And what is common sense? It is common sense that we call black, black, and white, white. We call men, men, and women, women. We call Americans, Americans, and foreigners, foreigners. And we call anything legal, legal, and we call anything illegal, illegal. There's nothing undocumented about that. And also, like Dr. Martin Luther King has once dreamed, it is common sense that we believe all American citizens should be judged by the content of their characters, not by the color of their skin. And we believe that regardless of our skin color and the origin of our ancestors, my money is as good as yours, and my sweat is as sweat as yours, and my children's SAT score is as meaningful as your children. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Thanks a lot, Daniel.
Hi everyone, my name's Lily Chen. My name's Willie Chen, and with 3 L's. The reason I'm here today is because I am a Fairfax County resident and mom to 3 Asian American boys. And this is the reason why I'm very, very concerned with the university admission policy. Because I have 3 boys, I see myself in a very difficult position. Are they going to be competitive enough with other children? I don't know. When my parents came to this country about 30 plus years ago, my father came here with $5 in his pocket. He was the only reason that made him who he is today, and the reason he decided to stay in America, is because he wanted me to have a great education. He wanted to make sure that the dreams and the aspirations that he wasn't able to get in his home country, his daughter can go and fulfill that for him. But look at our schools, universities today. Because you're an Asian boy with a 1600 SAT, that's not even, it's not something that's to be proud about. Everybody has that. That means we have to look at you much harder and say if you're somebody who is non-Asian, who has a 1300 SAT score, because your race, that score in your race is a high score. Why is that? That's not the America my father came to. And that's not the America I want my children to have. As an Asian American in Fairfax County, I think it's time everybody ask yourself, what do you want your kids to look at you and say, hey mom, dad, did you play a part in trying to reverse the university admission policy? And I hope if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, if you're an aunt, if you're an uncle, you look at yourself and say, yes, I was part of that reversal process. I want to make sure that Asian American children going forward can be just as competitive with hard work, diligence, as all other races. And I think this is what this is all about. What do you want your children to come back and say to you? Mom and Dad, were you part of that reversal process? And that's really all I have to say. And like I said, I have 3 sons. I'm extremely worried, and I really want this whole college admission process reversed. And I'm glad to be here. And that is the only thing that makes me feel good to my heart. And I support Corey.
Thanks a lot.
And Anne is she's gonna have comments.
Okay. It's on Tudo.
Hello everybody, my name is Anne Tudo. I just want to have one quick comment. I just have one quick comment that I believe that nobody should be discriminated against because of their race or ethnicity. So I thank you, Chairman Corey Stewart, for his leadership to bring up this issue. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ann. Thank you. So thanks a lot, everybody, and we're going to obviously take some questions. And the way this would look is federal legislation, which would require that any university or college or any other institution of higher learning in the United States that receives federal aid, either in the form of federally guaranteed student loans or federal grants, Pell Grant, etc., that they be prohibited from using race as a factor in the admission of students to their institution of higher learning. That's what it would look like. I think it's possible that the Supreme Court of the United States has certainly been leaning in the direction of prohibiting that under the Civil Rights Act of 1964, but it is possible that I think that it's time for the Senate to act on this as well as the House of Representatives, and to place it on the desk of the President next year. So with that, we're going to take some questions.
What about maintaining diversity? The whole point of using race is to maintain diversity in universities. What would you say with concerns about the universities might not be diverse?
So let me ask you this question. Is it okay for the government, is it okay for universities to practice racial discrimination at the universities against kids? Is that okay?
No.
No! That's the answer. Yes, ma'am.
My question is that, what's the difference between you and the Senator King? Would you elaborate that?
Senator Kane has not addressed this. Senator Kane is okay with the current discrimination that's going on against Asian students. Senator Kane is okay with using race as a basis for keeping people out of our universities. Senator Kane has done nothing to end this racial discrimination, this punishing people because of their race when they're trying to get into universities, and using it particularly against young people is particularly heinous, and Senator Kane has done absolutely nothing and refuses to do anything about this important issue.
When you say, quote,
Yes.
I don't think anybody should be punished because of their race, and yet you've also been, a vocal opponent of illegal immigration in sanctuary cities. How do you reconcile the two?
Well, on the case of illegal immigration, it's not about what somebody's race is or what somebody's ethnicity is. It's about their immigration status. I believe very strongly in immigration. A lot of these folks behind me are immigrants, and they came into this country lawfully. That's what our immigration system needs to be based upon, is law and order. And in that way, we can make sure that we benefit, that America benefits, because we're bringing in the best and the brightest. We're bringing people into our country based upon merit, and we can bring in people who are law-abiding and who work hard, like all these folks who are with me today. That's what I have always strongly believed in. My wife is an immigrant. I strongly believe in immigration, but it must be lawful. Yes, sir.
It's IC Media. I have a question. The current administration for the college has been a long time. Like you said, you want to change this. What would be affected after you push this like Asian is equal things.
I'm sorry, can you
So,
repeat? If you could come forward a little bit, I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you.
I'm just asking, current administration for the college, it's been a while.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen once you got success to become a senator and push your things?
If we get this legislation passed, Harvard University, Yale University, Stanford University, University of Virginia, Virginia Tech, William and Mary, all of these universities will forever be forbidden from using race as a factor in the admissions process. And this places everybody on a level playing field, and that means regardless of your race, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of the language you speak, you've got a fair shot, just like everybody else, in order to get into some of the most prestigious universities in our country. That's what this will mean.
Awesome.
Yeah. Great, go for it.
Corey, I have to ask your thoughts
Yes.
on Kavanaugh in light of the second and possible third allegations.
I think it's a witch hunt. I think it's a witch hunt. I mean, this is what the left has done. They're tearing down a good family man on some very, very old accusations that date back decades. And I just think it's highly suspect that the accuser and Dianne Feinstein would sit on these accusations for such a long period of time. Why didn't they bring this up weeks ago when they first heard of it?
That's right. Yeah.
And your reaction?
Yeah, sorry, Tony first.
Should the president fire Rod Rosenstein?
I don't know. I just, hey, you know, I'm prepared for this news conference. I saw something about that on the way over, but I haven't read the full news accounts yet. Sorry, Tony.
Actually, let's go back to the school
Yes.
policy. Well, as a Harvard guy myself, my school now already have more than 25% of Asian kids. The Asian population is only 5%. So if you take away the racial, that condition, would that be, sort of punishing other races, for example, the black and the Hispanic?
We have to stop looking at things on the basis of race in this country. We're obsessed with race. This is the problem. This isn't about a quota system or what percentage of a particular race. It's about the individual students. Why should an individual student be punished because of their race? That's what it comes down to. In America, you know something? My kids, they don't even see race. They don't. And this younger generation that are going in and applying to these universities, they don't see themselves first as Asian Americans or African Americans or Caucasians. They see themselves as Americans. And they're just trying to get into the universities. And currently, their race is being used against them. That's not American. And this use of race as a basis for college admissions needs to end. It is up to our generation to correct this injustice that is occurring in virtually every university in the United States today.
I was asked about Rod Rosenstein. Do you have any comment about Rod Rosenstein being fired or potentially?
I haven't even had a chance to review the news today.
Has President Trump said whether he'll kick me for you? Hasn't he?
I hope he does. I hope he does. I think that you've seen the president is a fan of mine. He's been tweeting and retweeting us, and including even I had a disagreement with him the other day with regard to the pay freeze on federal employees, but I made that disagreement in a very respectful way, and so much so that he actually retweeted it. But we're hoping that the president comes in. It would be a tremendous, big benefit to my campaign to have him here. There's a lot of support for President Trump here, all over the Commonwealth of Virginia, even here in Northern Virginia. Don't you all think?
Rosenstein just resigned.
That's what I asked him about.
They just resigned.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to review that matter yet. Okay, what else we got? Anything else? Okay.
Yeah. Would you introduce any bill in the Senate if you get to the Senate? Would you introduce any bill to
Yes.
Congress?
This is one of the first things I want to introduce when I'm in the United States Senate is legislation in the United States Senate that would forever prohibit any university, any institution of higher learning from using race as a factor in the college admissions process in the United States. Thanks, and looking forward to talking with you more.
Before I just want to say,
Yeah. Of course. You want to say something?
I just want to say in Vietnamese because kính thưa quý vị, hôm nay xin quý vị hy vọng cho ông Korean Rock. I just want to say everybody go to vote for him.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. I'll be happy to answer any more. Thanks a lot.
Of course, people hear the press conference. But other people would be critical that might harm diversity. And so much about have a university.
Okay. Hey, Brian, take some photos. Yeah. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, thank you. I always try to look good. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. You want to get some photo? Let's get a photo. Yeah. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Hey. All right. Hey, let's get together. I like this. I like this. It's so nice. Yeah. Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
One more, please.
All right.
Okay, everybody, thumbs up. Cheese.
Go